Hi there, my name's Dave and I really love wine. I love all sorts of wines. I love drinking wines, I love wine pairings, and I love chatting about wines as we're doing today. Today we're going to be looking at a Semion wine from Bartier Brothers, which is in the Black Sage Bench of the southern Okanagan. So here's a little background on Bartier Brothers. The brothers grew up in the Okanagan, and they feel that their wines are the expression of the valley that they grew up in. Two brothers are Don and Michael, and one was an accountant and one was a winemaker. And eventually they got older and became partners and decided to open up a winery in the Okanagan. Michael, the winemaker, has worked at several different wineries throughout the Okanagan, and I believe he is a winemaker that goes in and helps out other wineries. Michael has a great quote. He says, "Don't try to copy Napa or Bordeaux or Burgundy. Make Okanagan wine. These places make beautiful wines, but they're different from what the Okanagan gives, and they don't have the privilege of working with Okanagan grapes." So that's really putting the Okanagan wine industry as a sort of feature place. They feel that fruit is so important, and so they only age in stainless steel or in neutral barrels. So they don't want any wood flavors in their wine. They want their wines to express the terroir of the Black Sage Bench, which their primary vineyard is based. Their primary vineyard is the Secura Vineyard, which is in the Black Sage Bench. There's 14 and a half acres, and they grow Semillon, Chardonnay, Merlot, Cab Franc, and Syrah. They started selling wines in 2011. I would say they're definitely a boutique winery. They're not a big, giant winery. And it's interesting because in that vineyard, there's lots of calcium in the soil, so that all of their wines have a minerality that other wines may not have that are grown in different areas. Oh, they produce a lot of different wines. They produce Cab Franc, GSM or Grenache Syrah Mourvèdre blend, a Legal Curve, which is a Cab Franc Merlot Syrah blend, an Orchard Row, which is a Cab Franc Merlot Gamay and Pinot blend, a Syrah. They produce something called the Goal Cab Franc Merlot Granite, which is an orange wine made of Gewürztraminer. They produce a Rosé, Chardonnay, Gewürztraminer, and Merlot. A collab with Boutonneau in France. It's called the Project B Sauvignon Blanc and a little bit of Semillon. Chardonnay, Gewürztraminer, Obrigado, which is Muscat, and of course, Semillon that we're trying today. The Semillon grape is a golden skin grape used to make both dry and sweet wines as well. Mostly in France and Australia, but apparently in the Okanagan as well, as there are a few wineries that make it. It has a thin skin and it is susceptible to botrytis, which is also called noble rot, which is instrumental in making super, super sweet wines, in Sauternes and Barsac especially. It's an enjoyable grape. I really enjoy Semillon. And at one time, it was considered the most planted grape in the world. I had no idea until I researched this off of Wikipedia. In the 1950s, for example, Chile's vineyards were over 75% Semillon, but not anymore. It certainly has declined in popularity. Semillon grape actually is a rather heavy grape, and it has low acidity and an almost oily texture to it. So I'm looking forward to trying this wine today. It has a high yield, which is good for a wine grower if you want to make a lot of wine. And you can age Semillon. Along with Sauvignon Blanc and Muscadel, it's one of only 3 approved grapes in the Bordeaux region of France. Yeah, now I've got a 2016. I don't know. What do you have?
16. I have 2019.
Perfect. Hang on. No, it's a 2016. I'm surprised because that's pretty old.
Maybe you got the bottle upside down.
There you go. Yeah. So let's smell this wine. Ooh. All right. So I said appearance, medium lemon and clear. Nose, clean, medium plus intensity. It was quite strong for me. Gooseberry, a hint of lemon, some sort of either lychee or melon sort of smell there. Pineapple, a little bit of butter, honey for sure, dried apricot, and maybe there's a whiff of something else. I don't know if it's a whiff of petrol or a whiff of something else just sort of lying just way in the back there. So that's what I got. Well, shall we taste her? Well, I said dry. I mean, I almost said off dry because it's, but I think it's just quite fruity. And I was reading a little background on the winery and they really are interested in keeping the fruit. They don't oak any of their wines. They put neutral oak or they put stainless steel. And this was done in stainless steel. So I thought it was mostly dry, but maybe a little bit off dry. I said medium minus acidity. I didn't think there was much acidity at all, and that was reflected in how it's paired with the food, and I'll talk about that in a second. I said medium alcohol, and what is the alcohol? 11.6, so you can drink this all day long. So
Excellent.
11.6. Medium plus body, like I felt it had almost like a bit of an oily texture to it. It was really, really nice.
A little bit, yeah.
I really like that texture though. So that's why I said medium plus body. Medium plus intensity, like I found the flavors very strong. And the finish, like it wouldn't stop. For me, like I was like, it kept going. I said it had a long finish. It was really, really flavorful and it didn't go away and it didn't turn acidic or anything. Maybe because of the low acidity that helps the finish. I don't know. So I got lemon, pineapple, apricot, gooseberry, and honey. I thought that it was okay with food. So with the cheese, I found that the fat in the cheese, it sort of lost a little bit because it's fairly low acidity. It didn't cut through the cheese. But with just a cracker, it was perfect. So it's a good cracker wine. I thought that it was balanced. Like I tasted it and I think nothing is dominating it. I thought that it had really nice length. I thought it had good intensity of flavor. Like there's no doubting that there's a flavor. And the complexity is okay. I mean, there are a fair number of different things there. So I rated it, my little rating, between very good and outstanding. Like I was really impressed with this. If you're interested in going to Bartier Brothers, their tasting room fee is $5 for 4 different wines, which is pretty fair. It's non-refundable. If you want a seated tasting, it's $20, and that's non-refundable as well. And it includes a mini charcuterie or charcuterie board. The charcuterie is like cheese and meat, and the charcuterie is 8 different types of chocolates. Something my wife would really like. The tour and tasting, so you have the charcuterie board or charcuterie board, the tasting, and the guided tour of the vineyard is $35 a person. And if you want to go to their picnic table, it's $10 to reserve a table for up to 6 people for an hour. So some nice options at Bartier Brothers. There are many wineries that make Semion wines in the Okanagan, including Bartier Brothers, of course, Lock and Worth, Clos de Soleil, which is in the Similkameen, La Friends, Black Hills, The Hatch, Lake Breeze, Bench 1775, Lunescence, Tightrope, and Covert Farms. So all good places to check out if you're on a wine tour. If you are going to be in the Okanagan this summer and would like a wine tour of the region, which is customizable, flexible, and completely private in the comfort of your own vehicle, please follow the link down below where the arrow is pointing in the comments.